missing someone.
Hey, this is Von Diesel bringing you another Intel Insight video. This time we're actually going to do a whole bunch of the really small videos or the recordings. We'll talk about them. We'll move on. Next will come the Urban Explorer and Vitaly Chernenko videos, and then we'll actually be done with the phone recordings. So once that's done, I'm going to move on to the echoes and to some of the other Intel, and we will go from there. So we'll listen, we'll talk, enjoy.
Lieutenant Colonel Bliss, this is Arthur Tran from Polliner Newen Creative Associates. First, let me say what a pleasure it is to be working for a company like yours and with someone like you, so devoted to keeping our great country safe. I've sent you the storyboards for the proposal for your firm, which we're calling Island Thunder. It starts with a flyover by a wing of attack helicopters, all firing full blast. Behind them, there's a massive explosion, followed by a pan down to where we see one soldier in your company's uniform taking out a dozen enemies with a massive machine gun. Tasteful heavy metal, and a voiceover that emphasizes the sorts of awesome adventures your men have been on a day-to-day basis. Tell me what you think.
Mr. Tran, this is Charles Bliss calling. I just wanted to let you know that I got your message and I looked at your storyboard, and that your ad is the biggest piece of crap I've ever seen. And that includes the time I got trapped marching behind 16 elephants in a parade. You show no understanding of what my company is, what my people do, or what sort of high-character individuals we're looking to recruit. So, you have 1 week to do better, or I'll fire you and we'll do better. Do I make myself understood? Bliss out.
Lieutenant Colonel Bliss, sir, first let me apologize for the previous effort we sent you. That was the work of a junior associate who has, of course, since been let go. We've assigned all of our senior staff to your project, and I think you'll be very pleased with the revisions. It's a very simple concept. Just you, talking about your service and the idea of loyalty and duty. And I think we can bring it in at well under your budget, so call me back and let me know.
So this one I thought was really good at kind of setting the character of Bliss. The whole idea that he's this hard military badass. I do love his patented Bliss out, which you hear from a few of the first wave agents who go over to the LMB, like Hornet in the Russian consulate mission. And I think he sets that serious tone, and what I think is also interesting about this is that it's making a very clear show that they weren't just grabbing people off the street for the LMB. They were actively going after serious and hardcore individuals. So this one's cool. I like the character building it does for Bliss, even in a fairly small amount. But yeah, this one's cool. So let's do a vigilante.
Now, this city needs a hero. And I will give them that hero. I have always known that it was my destiny to someday be Manhattan's last defender of truth and of justice. And now is my time. It is time for me to don my mask and my cape and to go forth into the streets and to punish the wicked and to defend the innocent. It took the dollar flu, the so-called green poison to trigger my latent powers. But I became indestructible. I had become the living symbol of this city, and I have sworn to protect it. Rikers, the LMB, the strange men with the flamethrowers. I fought them all in the name of justice. I made myself a costume. I took Kevlar from them and I stitched it together and I made a mask and a cape. The cape was not very good in a fight though, so I got rid of that after a while, but I always took the fight to the enemy. I stopped them from attacking the innocents, dropping down on them from rooftops, preventing them from preying on the weak. And the Riker who tried to follow me back to my apartment, I am sure that I lost him before he... Wait, What was that noise? I'll be back in a minute. It's been a long time, my friend. A long time since I told you about my adventures, my duty to the city even. You see, I was attacked by a great many of those escaped prisoners, but I fought them. Even though I was outnumbered, I escaped through the window. I haven't been back since. It's too dangerous. All my notes, all my gadgets, all my tools of justice must remain behind. But I will find a new lair, and I will plot my revenge. And when the time comes, I will re-emerge once again and show them the power of justice.
So I like this one because it has that mixed thing of, oh, this guy's insane. And there's also just that itty bitty hint of like, what if he's not? What if he's legit? All of the superhero movies like Spider-Man and some of the other ones, we hear the story about someone who gets bitten by a spider or has some other situation that brings out their powers. So who's to say that the green poison wouldn't do that for a citizen of New York? Is it likely? Well, absolutely not. Is it fun to consider? Well, sure. Do I believe him? Who knows? Let's move on to the next one. This one is Creep.
Hello? Sylvia. Rick, hi. Finally, I've been waiting all day for you to call. I've got someone here who's been dying to talk to you. Ricky? Is that you? What the hell is wrong with you, boy? Calling this young lady in the middle of the night? I raised you better than that.
Yes, Rick. Hello? Who's there?
You like that, huh? Having someone call you at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Freakin Rick. What's Rick doing being all creepy? What a dick. I don't think this one literally has anything to do with the actual story, but I will say when I was collecting those recordings back when the game came out, I was really thinking there was going to be something like a serial killer or something involved. Nope, just creepy Rick. Well, on to Lucky Girl.
Hey, this is Allie from 89.8, your home for the best music. Am I talking to Naomi?
Yes,
How old are you, Naomi?
I'm 9.
Well, Naomi, you are a very lucky little girl because if you can answer one question, you're going to be a finalist for a chance to see the Nutcracker at the Lincoln Center.
Yay!
Now listen carefully. Can you tell me who wrote this song?
It's Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky. My grandma taught me that.
You've got a very smart grandma, and you're a very smart girl because you're now entered to win those tickets. Keep listening and you'll find out if you won real soon.
Okay, bye. Hello, this is Naomi.
Hi again, Naomi. This is Allie from 89.8 again, and I have some good news for you.
What?
Princess, you are going to see the Nutcracker at the Lincoln Center.
Grandma, we won! We won!
So, who are you going to take with you?
My grandma.
Well, you tell Grandma to make sure you have a great time, okay?
Okay.
Now, put your grandma on the line so we can get her those tickets for you.
Okay, Grandma.
So I may have missed something in this one, but I'm assuming it's just supposed to be kind of showing a little bit of the world before. So I don't think there's any significant story things here to talk about. It's just Naomi went in some cool stuff. Let's go to birds.
911, what's your emergency? Nah, just kidding. It's me, Jen. I can't answer right now, but leave a message and I'll call you back. Peace.
Hi, Jen. It's me, your husband, remember? I've been thinking a lot lately with everything that's happened, and it just occurred to me how much I miss you. I close my eyes and I can still see you walking down the aisle in that tight white dress. My God, what a body. You used to drive me crazy. Can't believe how young we were. And stupid.
911, what's your emergency? Nah, just kidding. It's me, Jen. I can't answer right now, but leave a message and I'll call you back. Peace.
Hi, it's me again. There's something I wanted you to hear. Listen. It's birds, Jen. After 9 years behind bars, I can't tell you how refreshing that is. Ah, I've got to go now. I got some last-minute Christmas shopping to do. But don't worry, you'll see a lot more of me soon. Remember how I used to say even prison couldn't keep us apart? Oh, and I ran into your boyfriend. He says hi. Peace.
This one is kind of creepy. It reminds me of the one when the Riker leaves a message on the detective's kitchen in his on his fridge, and she and his girlfriend or wife calls him and says, "Hey, it looks like someone broke in, but they didn't take anything." This reminds me of that. So I'm assuming this is one of the people who's escaped Rikers during all the chaos and confusion. And he is trying to get back with his old wife, and then it's creepy. It's kind of weird. You can tell it's awkward. And then at the very end, he talks about running into her boyfriend, and that he says hi. So that makes you a little concerned that maybe the boyfriend isn't around anymore, or that something bad has happened to him. And then his kind of mocking or passive aggressive peace, which is what she says at the end of her answering machine message. So kind of a chilling one. I enjoy this one. And yeah, so okay, let's go to suspicions.
What's he doing now?
He's going into a jewelry store.
Oh my God. You know what this means?
It doesn't mean anything.
No grown man goes into a jewelry store at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday.
He's not the affair type, Alex.
Then why the hell are you following him? Hey, Jay. Guess who got seats to the game tonight?
You got tickets?
Yeah, Lamar couldn't go, so I was like, who do I know who's a giant hoops fan?
I'm actually not feeling that well.
Are you sure? Look out your window.
What the... Is that you in the limo?
So how about it? You feeling better yet?
I guess that was just supposed to be kind of a cute one. Though there is that kind of ominous line she has where she says, "I'm actually not feeling that well." I feel like these ones must be kind of smattered before, during, and after the outbreak. And this one seems like one that must be before, more than likely right before. If I remember correctly, there were some other recordings that mentioned going to a game and going to the basketball game, and I imagine it was probably the exact same one. And if you remember, the Madison Field Hospital, or is Madison the arena. I believe if you look, you can see there's some basketball equipment like pushed into the corner and stuff like that. So I imagine there's a little bit of world building there, and I like it because I like that. So let's do the last one here. It is out.
Mom, it's Renee, and I hope you get this message. I'm okay, but I can't get out of Manhattan, and everyone's getting sick. I had to have a couple of drinks to get up the nerve to call you. There's something I wanted to tell you in person, but now I don't know if... I'm gay, Mom. I've always been gay. This is why I came to New York. And Julie isn't my roommate, Mom. Well, she is, but... yeah. I hope you're okay, Mom. And I hope you're okay about this. And that you don't hate me. And that you're okay. love you, Mom. I love you. Renee, it's your mother. I got your message, and I know, honey. I've known for a long time, and it's okay. Nothing you could do could stop me from loving you. But Renee, I've seen the news. I'm so worried about you right now. What I need you to do is to be strong for you and Julie. Stay safe and look after each other. I love you, Renee. Call me when you get this.
So this one is, kind of having some of that social commentary and maybe trying to remind us that even during this crisis, during this craziness, if there's one thing that we have been reminded of kind of repeatedly in the story of this game and stuff like that, is that while there's this stuff going on with the virus, Dark Zone, Rikers, LMB, all this chaos, there's still these like interpersonal happenings as well. With Fei Lao's sister, I believe, and then Candle's girlfriend. There's all these little subplots that I think most of us wish that the single player would have been more in depth. I don't think the single player or the story to this game is bad, not at all. In fact, I think it's amazing. I think it was just a missed opportunity to go really deep. Now, when you look and consider and theorize on what was going on with this game in the year or so before it was released, it kind of seems like they just ran out of time. Maybe this is exactly what they intended on giving us story-wise, and supplemented by all these intel things, which obviously was a good decision because 2+ years later, at least I am still focusing on them and making videos about them and stuff like that. So I like this last one here because it kind of sums up what a lot of these are telling us, is that while there are these big like meta conflicts going on, there's also a bunch of little itty bitty ones as well. That may seem itty bitty in the grand scheme of things, but to these individuals in a situation like this would still be important. So that's what I have for this one. I don't really have much to say about that. I think it's just kind of a sweet little story about people getting through this thing and then having their own stuff as well. So that's it for this one. Look down below. You can see all my other contacts. Like, subscribe if you feel like it's if you liked what you heard. And until the next one, this was Bond Diesel.